So Joe, tell us about like, how did you get to the point at which you're doing this at Sun and Fun? Like, what's your background and all that?
Well, I've always loved airplanes. When I was younger, my dad said he'd like to see me be a pilot. And well, I did end up getting my pilot license, and my dad saying, yeah, go ahead and get your pilot license, I'll pay for it. Well, this is back when the cost of pilot license were way less than today. I got my license back in 1975. And but it was great having that. So I ended up going to aviation high school. So I learned a lot about airplanes, and then I joined the Air Force. And I decided to work around airplanes. And one of my jobs was to work on the communication systems on the KC-135s and the B-52s. And being in that position was so cool because I had a chance to go on some incentive flights. Means I was able to see refueling in midair. They have the 3 bunks in the back, the old KC-135. The middle bunk is for the control operator. He's the guy that operates the boom. You have the trainer bunk, and then you have an observation bunk. And I was able to get an observation bunk. And I have a couple of pictures that I took from back in the 70s. And they're a little greenish, but they show a little bit of this is a picture I took.
Wow.
Back when I had the regular film.
And you're filming a B-52 there?
Yes, that's a B-52 coming in for refueling. And I had a good opportunity to see the B-52s. And that B-52 was from our base, from our own squadron. So they would do the refueling. And then also I had a chance, and I couldn't find the pictures, but I know I have them somewhere for the F-100s and some F-4s. I got some of those pictures. But it was just amazing to see these airplanes. I'm watching them and they're coming in behind us, and we're together like this. And when they hook up, they do everything to stay together. If anything happens, a gust of wind, a turbulence that happens, and the plane detaches, the boom is set for that. It'll just automatically detach from the airplane. You'll see some vapor shoot off, but it automatically closes everything so you don't lose any gas. But when they're done, you watch the airplane drop and then go off on its own, and we just keep on going. The most amazing sight. So when I see things like that, and I love aviation photography, then I found out back in Mississippi, when I was stationed at Keesler Air Force Base, I found out about Sun and Fun. So I decided to drive to Florida to go see the air show. So I've been going to Sun and Fun probably since the 80s, sporadically a couple of years here and there, but it's been probably 40 years that I've had a chance to actually go to this air show. And I decided one day, hey, this would be kind of nice. I noticed there's volunteers. I found out about the volunteers, and I ended up being a volunteer as a Flightline tour. So if anybody who's been to the Sun and Fun Air Show and you've had a chance to do the Flightline tours, I was the guy in the back, observer, making sure we didn't run into anything. And then one year I started looking at the volunteer section. I saw photographer. I said, ooh, I love photography. I love air shows. And I showed the person my photos, because you have to show them, are you any good? So I sent a copy of some of the pictures that I've taken. And they said, yeah, we'd like to have you on our team. And then a couple of years later, they said, you're doing well, and we'd like to offer you the position as chairman of the photographers. And so I took it. And since then, I've had a phenomenal team that's absolutely amazing photographers. And also at the air show, by the way, we have the night air shows. And for those of you who attended Sun and Fun this year, you've hopefully had a chance to see the night air show.
Right here. Yeah, that's some of yours.
Look at that.
Yeah, we had the drones this year, and which absolutely were amazing. We had 3 different things: the fireworks, the drones, and the lasers. And the drones.
This is all happening at one time?
This is all. These are shots.
And these are your shots?
Yeah, they're about maybe 10-second exposures.
These are really good.
And the fourth aspect of it is the airplane flying while the air show is going. He's shooting off fireworks
that's
from
why
his
you're
airplane.
getting those trails, like crazy trails.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, so you got an airplane,
These are
fireworks,
great.
and then you got a drone show all up in once.
Yeah, and the drones are spelling out Sun and Fun. They were showing some of the drone video is what we really needed, where they actually made an A-10.
Yeah.
And it was the other drones in front of the A-10 would light up, and it says if he's shooting, and then we had the wall of fire go off. So in other words, here's the airplane's going, he's shooting, and from the air. It was amazing from the drones.
Those are good shots.
So the other thing that I love about Sun and Fun, that a lot of people like, this doesn't happen much at air shows. Oshkosh, Sun and Fun, you get this. They have a night air show.
Yes.
Right. And that is my absolute favorite. Why?
Yeah, you're always
because
jazzed
you
about
get the light.
Yes.
It brings the light. So here's some shots from this year. So this is the Polaris team taking off. This is before sunset, but it's kind of in that night air show time. But you can see where you start getting
Ooh,
the
that's
sun.
nice.
Yeah.
What's that
Yeah.
taken with? The
So
1200?
That's the 800. So that's at 800.
800.
And then you're gonna start getting some of that that crazier
Ooh, look at
light.
that. That's a nice
That's gonna
shot.
happen. That's a MiG, an old MiG. Then you get the parachute, and then we move to the Rhino demo team. Started coming out. Sun starts dropping lower, getting a little bit more color.
We
Start
shoot
getting
right
that
through
in there.
golden hour,
Yep.
right through blue hour.
Yep. And then you start getting some blue arrow on the other side. So golden arrow on one side, getting some golden arrow light with some blue on the other side. So you kind of just have this almost like endless amount of changing over just a 20-minute routine. You get this endless amount of
Wow.
change.
Flying
at
off
that
into the
shot.
sunset.
Yeah.
Look
There you
at
go.
that.
So it's just amazing.